you guys can see somebody new is in the kidding stalls, and she's about to be joined by 2 other does by this evening. Hello, sweetheart. Merida has never really liked me. She was born on our farm, and she's actually Tiana's daughter. But she's coming around. She wants to smell my hands. She let me pet her neck, but she is the psycho of the group. That is for sure. She doesn't like me. She wants nothing to do with me. And sometimes that can make kidding really interesting, especially if she needs help, because my presence makes her uneasy. So helping her in a birth might make her feel even more uneasy in a stressful situation. So I've been really working to spend some quiet time with her and just be with her while she's resting and getting ready to kid. But Merida is actually a really good representation of a goat that's been handled since birth with care and patience, and still just their personality is that they don't really like you that much, because goats do have their own specific personalities. She's been worked with a lot. She gets handled all the time. It's just one of those things where she just has decided she doesn't like people, and I really try not to push her boundaries too much. I try to let her come to me, because usually patience is the best medicine for this, is to be with them, quiet, calm, and to have a lot of patience. That's usually what brings them around, but you will have some goats, it's their personality. They are a prey animal. They look at you as a predator regardless of how much you've helped. Or she's gonna fight with my fingers now against the fence. And that's okay. If this is how she wants to interact, this is at least her choosing to let me have my hand on her. She's not hurting me. If she were hurting me, I wouldn't let her do this. This is more of her just being silly. I see more of her just being silly. She'll chew on my fingers and stuff, but that's about, she never started doing that until she kidded last year. So I'm hoping maybe after this year, she'll be a regular goat, like her mama Tiana, who likes being handled all the time, who's just the sweetest little goat. Yes, oh. But sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you work with them. Sometimes they just have their own personality, and that includes they don't really want to be around you. It can hurt our feelings, but it is what it is.
It can hurt our feelings, but it is what it is.
Tiana, not with her head in there. Tiana is in mother mode. Even though Merida is her daughter from last year, she's really not wanting to put up with too much from her, huh? The difference in size, my goodness. The difference in size between Willow's kids and Tiana's. Fun fact, Tiana's kids are actually the niece and nephew of Willow's kids, because Willie is their father, and Willie is a full-blooded brother to Willow's kids this year. A chicken hawk, baby. No sweetness. Creamer. So it is officially Merida's due date. And look what I woke up to. It's snowing. I don't know if the geese even like it. Flying fast that way. Hey, if it's warm that way, that's where I want to go too. So it's really not all that cold, but boy, waking up to this outside is just not what I was hoping for this morning. And it is Merida's due date, so I'm gonna go wake everybody up. I did put on a heat lamp for my babies last night because I knew it was gonna get kind of cold compared to what they've been used to, so I didn't want them to, you know, get pneumonia or anything like that. So let's go ahead and see if Merida's done anything overnight. Last night it didn't look like it, but it looks like today I'll probably keep her in. That's how windy and cold it is. I have no chance for kidding in this. We'll turn on the lights. Let there be light. Here, let me get it. You can stay in here, but don't you be a nuisance. I'm gonna close this. Everybody's having babies. So Sky and Sunny started their stay in here. You don't look like there's a baby in here, which isn't a bad thing. Hello, Psycho. Hello, Psycho Mama. Baby's underneath the heat lamp. Is everybody okay? Everybody doing all right? Are you gonna have them today? Probably. I don't know if you guys noticed, but now it's Sunny and Sky that are actually in our kidding pens. I got a little mixed up with which two does I have going first. I originally thought that I had Haley and Mossy going first, but last night I was sitting down, I was looking at my planner because I have a lot of the things that I need to do for the goats, like CDT shots or when I need to start moving girls into kidding pens at night. And I looked and I'm like, well, Mossy and Haley aren't supposed to go till Sunday. This is Friday. So I looked at the day before, I'm like, oh goodness, it was supposed to be Sunny and Sky. So I got the girls a little bit mixed up. So I did pull these guys in. I shaved their udders and their back end areas, as well as a quick hoof trim, because that's really what we do here to get ready, like 4 to 5 days before they kid. I really like to shave their udder and their lady bits back there. It just makes it to where they can stay really clean afterwards. There's not too many birthing fluids that get in there, make it a sticky, just tangled up mess. So it seems like it makes for a lot cleaner birth, and it helps me to assess to see where their udder is, because sometimes, like today, this one's udder, Miss Merida, is going poof. Now her udder isn't the most impressive, like nothing like Willow's, but I did notice yesterday it went from being pretty noticeable today where it's like, ooh, it's nice and round, and her escutcheon is rounded out, whereas yesterday it was more like a V. So that to me says that her milk is coming in. Now that might mean she's going today, or it might mean she's preparing for a birth tomorrow. So we do like to shave, because then I can see those udders a lot better, and I can see if they're getting puffy back there, because sometimes that's a sign too. So there's a reason why we do all of it. They don't really like it, but Sunny was not happy with me. Sunny did not like getting shaved, which I don't blame her. It's not really all that fun, and you're not used to it, lovey. I was gonna let them out, but I'm a little worried today with it being cold. And if they were to go out and kid, then it would just be a disaster. So these 3 girls being so soon, they're not going out today. I'll probably let these guys out tomorrow, because it looks like it's supposed to be a little bit warmer. And if their udders haven't gotten bigger by tomorrow, or they don't feel like their ligaments are gone, then I'll go ahead and let them out. But for now, they're staying in and having a nice warmer suite out of the wind, because at least in here, I can control whether there's a lot of draft or if it gets really cold. Someone is in active labor. Giving me some good pushes. The reason I'm not in with Merida too is because Merida doesn't like me very much, and I'm afraid me being in there is going to stress her out. So I'm going to let her go through as much of this process by herself and just be an onlooker, and hopefully she passes everything okay. So we've started a 30-minute timer because she's been actively pushing. So hopefully in 30 minutes we have a kid on the ground, or she's got some progress to where I don't feel like I need to do an internal, because I feel like that will really scar her. She doesn't really like me. We've been working on our relationship, but she's stressed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be quiet now, because she doesn't like me. And it's 20 degrees out. So of course she's waiting till it's the coldest night in March so far to have her kids, right on her due date too. So hopefully the next time I come back to you guys, she's in active labor, or we're coming back with whatever news we've got. Wish us luck. I don't think she trusts me even over here.
So what do we got here?
We got one with ornaments. Of course, he was born through here, so she couldn't let it be born in the same stall as her. But she's doing good. She's like clean it. I'm just gonna try to help her a little bit. This is a big buckley.
So we noticed about, what, half hour ago that she was
nesting, and just instead of getting up and running when we came in to look at her rear end, she just kind of chilled and was like okay with that. Usually if we walk in, she's on her feet because she's just a skittish doe. Now, I usually let them do the cleaning, but it's really cold tonight. So I'm just letting me get
Plus, he happened to be born away from the heat lamp.
So I'm just gonna kind of put him in a little bit of a towel here and just help stimulate him by. Here, what you got? Stuff in your mouth. Here, little fella. He's a big boy too. This is a big fella. I suspect there's still another one in there. I'd be surprised if this is all she's got in her. But you never know. Maybe she's just gonna give us one big ornament-bearing buckling. And these are Lovebug's first kids on the ground.
Oh, that's right. These are from Lovebug.
Yeah, so I'm like looking to see if he's got blue eyes. I don't think so, but that's okay.
She's working on them already, which is a good sign.
I'd like to move her over here with him, but he's okay. He's not acting too crazy. She's not too upset that I'm helping. If she were running because I were over here, I would move off, but she's not. So.
Yeah, she's definitely one of her more skittish does.
Yeah, she's not very friendly. Even though she's had lots of handling, the same as my other friendly does. Sometimes it's their personality. He looks like a little donkey with his little long ears. He looks just like a little donkey. She's doing good. She usually, I mean, she's not afraid of me being in here with her right now. She just let me strip out a teat to make sure that her ducts are open and ready for nursing, but she's doing a really good job making sure that he's getting all the attention and clean, so which is good. Glad to have one. I don't know if she's done. I feel like she's probably got another.
Fancied up with her shaved leg there.
Got some goat scaping that happened. Which we really do that shaving so I can monitor udder changes, because that's a good sign of an onset of labor. But also back here, it makes it to where the birthing fluids don't stick to her as much. So it's a lot easier to clean. It's not like a sticky, nasty mess. You still got stuff going on in there, buddy. Shake that head. Look at that little white blaze on his head. It's so cute.
Get a little too much? Get a little too much, Bella? What a good sight to see. You're being a good mama. You're being a good mama.
So she ended up totally surprising me. She only had one buck kid. So that's it for Merida. She's done with her kidding season. And next up should be sunnier sky. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving me a like, dropping me a comment, and subscribing. And if you want to see the video where Willow gave birth to Dreamer and who is now named Kickapoo, her buck and doe kids, go ahead and click right here. I hope you enjoy. But in the meantime, we hope that you're all staying healthy out there and being kind to one another. We will catch y'all in the next one. God bless you. Bye, y'all.